This is Faith Under Fire. We take you straight to the front lines of religious battlegrounds. I'm your host, Sarah Harnisch. With me today, Radiant Mobile founder Paul Fisher and CEO Chris Klimis. We're talking porn-blocking cell phones. This past Tuesday, you launched the first nationwide Christian cell phone network to block all pornography and LGBTQ plus content. It is called Radiant Mobile. Tell me how it works.
We've tried to have a practical solution to a spiritual problem, and we hard block in certain categories. Pornography is primarily one of them. There's 7 categories that we hard block for parents and for every line, and there's 9 that we hard block for kids. But we really fought to put the power of choice back into the user and into the parent's hands.
The technology is pretty incredible and exciting. You're using the Israeli cybersecurity firm Allot to sort website domains, not just main website pages, but even subsets of the pages to make sure that pornography and gay and trans content and other types of content like that don't appear on cell phone screens. How's that different from porn blocking software?
That's a great question. I'll take that one, Chris. We spent a good year of our life fiercely attacking telecommunications companies, saying to them, we know you have the ability to block harmful content at the pipe, at the tower, before it ever reaches our cell phones. Why won't you do that? And they didn't really take our calls for the first year. And we went again and again and again. And finally, the dam broke. And they finally agreed to allow our partners, Allot, out of Israel, one of the top cybersecurity companies in the world, to go in and to have a filtering program that actually blocks horrific content at the network level way before it ever reaches your phone. So it can't be deleted like a normal app. We wanted to get in there and have a solution way before it actually reaches the cell phone. So that's where Allot comes into play.
Why use a cybersecurity firm for that?
Because we wanted to make sure that it was bulletproof. We wanted to make sure that it was at the highest level. Nobody had ever done this before. Mm-hmm. Nobody had ever been able to block something at the network level. We didn't want any mistakes, so we chose a company out of Israel. They have 30 million subscribers. They've been in business for over 30 years. And we didn't want to take any chances. You know, I have a 5-year-old, I have a 2-year-old. Chris has 6 children. And we take that as a very serious responsibility. And we just wanted to make sure that it was impenetrable. And then what we were about to offer to the public, they couldn't poke holes in it.
Can a Christian cell phone network have as much coverage as Verizon or AT&T?
Absolutely. Radiant Mobile is powered through a partnership with Compact Ventures operating on the T-Mobile network, bringing faith-focused mobile service together with world-class 5G. And so you're going to experience the same world-class service that you would on any other major carrier. And our biggest distinction and privilege has been able to block inappropriate content at the network level, like Paul was mentioning. And we get to do something that we haven't seen done before either, is really faith aligned clearly and solely on Jesus and Scripture. And so our content inside of that firewall, we had to really find a way, not just to block out content, but to replace it with light. And so the Scripture and Jesus as our clear example has been the creative force behind everything we're so excited to bring to the world.
Let's talk about the epidemic of pornography, especially in Christianity. Can you give me some data? Because this isn't just for kids, it's protecting adults too.
I would love to do that. I've been in the ministry 20 years. The stats in the church are alarming. 67% of U.S. pastors report a personal history with porn use. Right now, Gen Z is something we're super passionate about, Paul and I, the next generation. There is a rapid increase in attendance from Gen Z. They're number one, the most frequent church attending generation, surpassing the boomers and the elders. And the reason that's alarming is because 74% of Gen Z say porn is a problem for them. 64% of Gen Z women say porn is a problem for them. We are looking at churches and some of those numbers, and when you start to compile some of the data from Barna's study, the strategy that churches have right now to combat those numbers I said are at about 7 to 11% of churches have an active plan and pathway on how to combat pornography in their congregation. We love the pastors, and we want to give them and I want everybody to hear me clearly, a practical solution to what we feel is a spiritual problem in the area of lust. And so we just want to give them a practical tool that I haven't seen in 20 years of ministry. Message after message, I haven't seen anything this practical.
You mentioned earlier that this is a Jesus-centric cell phone network. You're not just blocking porn, you're blocking gaming, violence, Satanism, many different categories, and users can't undo the restrictions. Can it be a frustrating experience to get on the network?
No technology is going to be 100% perfect, but here's the frustration. Putting things into a category, having them whitelisted or blacklisted, and it may be taking some time on the user's interface to deal with it. Or the other option is 50% of kids between 11 and 13 are subjected to pornography, and a huge majority is inadvertent. Any inconvenience I have to deal with to protect my family is something I'm willing to do. Some of those categories people may challenge. And again, our heart behind all this is to put the power of choice into the person that's paying for the cell phone line and protecting their family. We want it out of the hands of the government. We want to put it in the hands of the parent and give them control in their digital life.
Do you think that a cell phone that blocks pornography can start to change the tide of pornography addiction? Can it move the needle?
I sure hope so. It is my prayer. I've sat year after year in service after service where either the churches are afraid to talk about this because the statistics actually really don't look that great, or they avoid it and they don't say anything. And I just really would love to see a practical solution get introduced to where, hey, listen, whether you love it or hate it, this is just a way. If you have an alcohol addiction problem, you don't want to live next to a bar. Just move somewhere else. If you have credit card issues, you don't go take out another $50,000 worth of credit. We're trying to figure out a way to give a very practical solution, and I really pray that it'll turn the battle in this area for men, women, and for the next generation.
The only way to cure everything is to bring the light, which is Jesus Christ, into the situation. We know that that is the correct and the real solution, not our technology. Our technology is just a tool to help people.
Learn more at radiantmobile.com.